Okay.
No sense in having an interview while you're standing up.
Yeah. Okay, so back in Huntington again for the umpteenth time. Why do you keep coming back to this shit?
There's good crowds here. I'm not real sure about the way this club is right now. It's not a rock and roll club anymore. Kind of threw me for a loop, but I mean the crowd's still there. It's just West Virginia's always been good.
Well, tell me about are you writing a new album? Are you working on it? What's it going to be called? Do you know?
That's always the last thing we do.
How's it shaping up as far as the material? Is it? I know you've progressed a lot from album to album. I just wonder where this one's headed and what you can tell me about.
We usually do albums in 2 batches of songs. We finish the first batch of songs. We'll sit on them for a month or 2 and kind of throw them away for a while. Then do another batch of songs and pick the best of the 2. That's kind of what like the Slow Hold to China record was, just all the songs that got thrown away from previous records. So this one, it's hard to say. I don't know, 3 months from now, what songs will be really grow to like, which ones will grow to dislike.
Is that when you expect it to be out, or
I would imagine it'll be out in April.
And
but that's give or take 3 months, probably on the later end.
And your progression as far as I read one time where you said that you drank all the first album, smoked all the second album, and then the third album you were sober. How is that progressing? I mean, not necessarily drugs, but just the music and is it age? I mean, is it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a true musician, your person, the music's going to be an expression of your person. It's easy enough to churn out hooks and lowest common denominators. Anybody can do that with a month's training. But to make music from your heart and your soul, you have to take risks. And sometimes you piss people off when you do it. Sometimes you disillusion people and you lose fans and people question where you're coming from. But that's what you got to do if you're a real musician. And it's hard for me to analyze any of the records we do because it's like when somebody asks you what kind of person do you think you are. It's almost an impossible question to answer.
You kind of put it all out there, and that's what it is.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't ever listen to our records because it's like staring in the mirror too long a little bit, and it's more entertaining to move on to the next thing.
Well, tell me about the touring. What are you doing from here on out?
Well, this is just one show. This was actually a very important show for us because it was the first time Tim's played with us in 3 months, over 3 months, and I'm just amazed by his recovery. And
for those who don't know, what happened?
Tim broke his wrist. Really shattered his wrist, and he had metal rods coming out in the whole 9 yards. So, and this is the first show he's played with us. And
it sounded great.
Yeah, and it was really reassuring, to see. And just give me a couple minutes, we'll be right out. And so then we just got this to finish the question. I got this show, and then we have run 4 shows in the Deftones in California, and then we got another week and a half of shows on the West Coast to finish that off. And after that, we'll continue on the record, and then that'll probably go through November. We'll probably do some more shows in December, like Christmas time of the year.
You guys have one of the most diverse crowds that I've ever seen. Just from your, how do you describe how you've been able to win over so many fans of different genres like rock, metal, hardcore, all of that? I mean, what's the key to doing that as a musician?
All I know is the way we've done it, and we've just plowed through doing the one thing we know how to do, and we've done it with confidence. And there's been plenty of shows where it looked like the crowd, every single person there hated us, but we came back anyway to find out that there was 15 people way in the back that really liked it. And you do that enough times, and then you have your own crowd, the people that connect with you for whatever reason. I don't know why. You'd have to ask them. It's just, you got to do music for the right reasons. If you do it, if it's from your heart, you're going to have at least one other person that connects with it. If you're doing it because you're looking for people to connect with it, then you've got the whole process backwards.
Is that how you've been able to stay together for so long without having member changes and stuff like that too, or how do you manage that?
Well, I mean, being in a touring rock band, you have to have the right personality combination, and we were friends always, and the idea was to have fun, and there's no other incarnation of Clutch. When Jack was filling in for Tim when he broke his wrist, that's somebody that's been with us since 1994. It's part of our family, and we entertained briefly the idea of hiring somebody, but that just kind of left a bad taste in our mouth. And I've got a good sense of humor, but that's just a touring band situation. Other bands that kind of put out records with a higher priority of touring have personnel changes that are easier to do because it's not a live experience, it's a product experience.
So, do you ever see an end to it? I mean, you're just going to keep chugging on, or you've got family now, right?
Yeah, everybody's got families.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only look, when you're into it as much as we are, you can only look at the end of your band as much as you look to it as the end of your life. You can only look to it as different manifestations, changes, feast and famine, and rolling with the punches. At this point, you can't end it. It's like saying, I'm no longer your brother.
Yeah, it's all you know.
That's even though you might not ever speak to that person. The fact of the matter is he is still your brother. She's still your sister, no matter how you cut it. That's the way it is with the band. It's always going to be there one way or another, and I think we're all mature enough to adapt to any kind of changes or any curveballs that are thrown our way.
But do you ever see a point where you'd like to just, stay home with the wife?
Oh, sure. I mean, that's like with anything. I mean, that's just reality.
Yeah.
There comes a point when you have responsibilities that you can't be selfish, and you have to sacrifice. Everybody loves playing, but you got to think about maybe a baby that, what are you going to tell that kid 5 years ago? Sorry, I wasn't there. I was in Huntington.
Yeah, exactly.
That dog doesn't hunt at all. So, but inside the band, there's 4 different men with 4 different families, and you just got to meet 4 ways in between.
Okay, and I'll make this the last question. Can you just give me, some words of advice on, as a struggling musician on, all right, what's the best route to take as far as, pursuing that career for anybody?
I think the best thing to do is listen to as few of your peers as possible. Don't listen to any other bands that are in the same scene as you. Don't listen to any bands that are on the radio. Don't listen to anything that has anything remotely similar to what you are doing as a rock musician. Listen to blues and listen to jazz and listen to country music and classical and forge ahead with your own thing. And don't look. I see so many bands that look at this as a talent contest. It's not a talent contest. It's I think the average fan is smart enough to see a real band from something that's slapped together. And if you're as good as you are, and as sincere as you are, people will come to it because that's what music fans want to hear is music, and they don't want to hear leftovers from last night reheated.
Exactly.
So I mean, other than that, and that is just play live. Don't worry about demos, and don't worry about deals, and don't worry about anything else. Just worry about doing shows, and if it's for 3 people, maybe one of those 3 people has 50,000 friends.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's been